Mortal Kombat is an upcoming fighting game in the Mortal Kombat series. Developed by NetherRealm Studios, formerly known as WB Games Chicago, it is the 9th installment in the series, and the first to be published exclusively under the Warner Brothers label. The story begins after the events of Mortal Kombat Armageddon, but then returns to the period in which the first three games, 1, 2, and 3, occur. Due to a plot twist, the character Raiden now having knowledge of the future, the events at this time are slightly altered. Mortal Kombat is the first in the series to include 3D graphics with gameplay, solely on the 2D plane, which is 2.5D. The developers have also stated that this is the first game in which they are making a conscious effort to create deeper gameplay for more dedicated players of the series and of fighting games in general. Mortal Kombat was officially announced on June 10, 2010, accompanied with a debut trailer, and its projected release date is April 2011 for the PS3 and Xbox 360, although a PC version has also been posed as a possibility. In terms of gameplay, the developers have intended for Mortal Kombat to be accessible to the casual player, so that the casual player cannot be removed from the experience of the game because of its complexity, and so that it could promote a back and forth where the gaming experience could be more engaging for the player rather than one-sided. With this in mind, the developers have also stated that they intend to focus on the hardcore player by creating new features in the gameplay as to create a deeper fighting experience. Coupled with the new features, the developers have stated that they are bringing in experts on fighting game genres to help develop a more balanced game. Ed Boon, Mortal Kombat's co-creator and creative director of Mortal Kombat, has also stated that they created Mortal Kombat with programming hooks that allow easily to fix patch issues once the game launches. Primary gameplay for Mortal Kombat is one-on-one fighting that the series has done over the years and runs at 60 frames per second. The new Mortal Kombat's gameplay is featured on a single 2D fighting plane, which was the second most requested feature by Mortal Kombat fans for a new title, behind a more violent presentation for the game. Despite being a 2D fighting game, the characters will be rendered three-dimensionally, giving Mortal Kombat a 2.5D appearance. The 2D fighting plane, according to Electronic Gaming Monthly, will make the characters' various projectiles more effective in the game as opposed to previous titles. Unlike previous titles, there are 4 attack buttons that each represent a corresponding limb, a concept better known for its existence in the Tekken franchise. A super meter was added to enhance the gaming experience, which can be charged by various actions during battle, such as performing a combo or getting hit by the opponent. The super meter can be charged to 3 levels, which if used will either enhance a special attack, interrupt a combo, or cause the attacker to perform a combo called an X-ray move. During these X-ray moves, the camera will zoom in and show an inside view of the character who is being attacked while bones and organs are being ruptured or crushed. Some modes that have been confirmed on online are Tag Team Fighting Mode and the Challenge Tower. The online mode will include a King of the Hill option where up to 8 players will be able to spectate on fights and play the winner, including a rating system where spectators can rate the battle after it's all over and act as a forum to find out how to perform various combos or moves they will see while spectating a fight. The 4-player tag team feature is a completely new one to the series, where 2 players can choose to play together. During a tag team fight, characters can briefly come in and out of the stage and perform assist attacks, or can perform special entry attacks, sounds like Marvel vs. Capcom, where the tag characters can enter the stage while attacking and remain in the combat, while other characters jump out. The Challenge Tower mode is a single-player option that Ed Boon described as similar to an arcade ladder. It will include specific challenges of various difficulties, providing currency rewards upon completion. Players will have the option of using some of the in-game currency to bypass the more difficult challenges. Plot. Developer Ed Boon describes the game as an altered retelling of the events of the original first 3 Mortal Kombat games. Raiden is about to be killed by Shao Kahn, and just before he delivers the last blow, Raiden sends a mental message to his earlier self, so the camera rewinds back to Mortal Kombat 1. The Raiden from back then gets a message and he doesn't know what's going on, but he knows something bad's going to happen. And the game spans Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, retelling the story with an enlightened Raiden, and he's changing the course of things, so everything you've seen happen before, Liu Kang winning, the guys turning cybernetic ninjas, are changed around. So you might see a character become cybernetic who wasn't before, and you see a different version of events. Hector Sanchez confirmed the chronological events in an interview. The story begins with Raiden, just when he is about to be killed, blah blah blah. Players will have the ability to play as multiple characters during the course of the story. The developers also stated that in the past the story has been ignored in favor of gameplay action, but that this is all changed with this chapter of the series, with the plot being significantly more substantial than the predecessors. Ed Boon stated in an interview with IGN that there will be a focus on characters from the first 3 games, claiming if you have a favorite character from those games, you're probably going to see him or her again in this game. There will apparently be a roster of roughly 26 characters overall in the game. The developers of the team have stated that characters have been designed with the intent to make each character unique. With this idea, the developers have given the characters their own individual stances, victory poses, and fatalities as opposed to previous games. Lead designer John Edwards has gone on to say that certain characters are differentiated by speed and playstyle, as in some characters are power-oriented and do not need to perform combos, while others will be grapple-oriented. It has also been stated that no character will receive shared animations. Mortal Kombat producer Sean Himmerich stated that the internal and external character design took about 2 months to 10 weeks, citing individual characters like Melina and Reptile, who have unique facial structures, and robotic characters who have cables instead of tendons, were opposed to character design in early titles and took about 6 weeks. Mortal Kombat was hinted by Ed Boon in January 2009, shortly after the release of the previous game of the franchise. In a 2008 interview, Boon stated that he believed Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe's performance would reflect upon what features would be put into the next game. There will be downloadable content. The development team of Mortal Kombat plans to have downloadable content for the game. Some examples have been downloadable characters, arenas, and fatalities. The developers of Mortal Kombat have stated that online for Mortal Kombat would be a main priority, which GamePro editors called a smart move, and in January 2010, a screenshot of Ed Boon's personal PSN ID was published, which suggested that online testing of Mortal Kombat was underway. The development team stated interest in linking the online game with capabilities to link Facebook and Twitter updates to game progression, such as result matches. The reception. PC Magazine called the iteration of Mortal Kombat one of the most anticipated titles of E3. 2010 E3 Showcase version received the Best Fighting Game of E3 and Best Stage Demo of E3 awards by GameSpot, and the Best Fighting Game of E3 award by Game Trailers. GameSpy called Mortal Kombat the fighting game of the show in their Best of E3 2010. Game Informer rated Mortal Kombat the best fighter of E3 2010, and also rated Mortal Kombat 8th in their E3 Hot 50, calling Mortal Kombat the most violent video game ever made. Mortal Kombat was also nominated for Best Fighting Game of E3 2010 in Game Critics Award, but lost to Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Fate of Two Worlds. At PAX 2010, Mortal Kombat was awarded Best of Show by Destructoid. Check out Mortal Kombat when it's released. This has been a review and an overview of Mortal Kombat 3 coming out for the PS3 and Xbox 360.